Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, PGM-boosted green hydrogen backed by resolute South African government's commitment. State Mining Training Authority backing green hydrogen skills center creation. And Nedbank says green energy presenting South Africa with massive reindustrialisation chance. The production of green hydrogen has profound economic and social implications, including job creation, skills development, and the fostering of new industries along a multifaceted mining, manufacturing, and agricultural value chain.
There is a huge potential across the entire value chain of hydrogen economy. This challenge should be viewed as an opportunity to reimagine our skills development trajectory aimed at sustainable employment creation, a fit for the future with demand-led skills intervention at the center. The Department of Higher Education and Training is having 26 universities across the country, 50 TVET colleges across the country. We have recently introduced community education and training colleges. We have about 9 of them across the country. And I must also mention that we have 21 sector education and training authorities. So if you just Google identification of skills needed for the hydrogen economy, you'll get a comprehensive report. There are 185 capabilities required for us to drive a hydrogen economy.
Chemical Industries Education and Training Authority announced that it will be establishing the first center of specialization of green hydrogen skills.
We're very excited to announce that we'll be establishing the first center of specialization on green hydrogen skills, working together with our 2 sister cities in mining as well as transport. And this, we hope that it will be launched. Most countries are focusing on university education, but we need artisans, we need technicians, electrolyzer technicians, and this center of specialization will be able to produce those technicians. So this is a key project linked to skills development. Training on maintenance, fitting, other hydrogen technologies to bridge the training gap. On upskilling, many of our chemical engineers can be upskilled to hydrogen systems engineers. And this will then close that gap to have hydrogen systems engineers. We're also anticipating future skills dynamics so that we have 5 to 10 year periods. Our problem that we generally have is we tend to plan when it's time to implement. And so we don't want to get to 2030 and 2035 and start planning. We need to start planning now for 2030 to 2050. Collaboration is essential. This is an example of the banking sector working with the chemical sector and the government to ensure that we have structured agreements on energy, chemicals, transport, agriculture, manufacturing and mining, and standards. So there's not much standards, by the way. The standards are still in development. We do not have a coherent, currently, national hydrogen policy that dictates the standardization of hydrogen certification, which is quite essential. And importantly, research and development to drive innovation. So we have a setup of current fund as Chairta, a 5 million rand fund currently with Wits University to look at more investment into research and development on green hydrogen. So more funding for hydrogen research, especially on aspects of hydrogen safety, cost competitiveness, etc.
Green electrons and green molecules are presenting South Africa with a massive opportunity to reindustrialize.
The real passionate belief that I have is that we have an opportunity for South Africa to completely reindustrialize, to start building up our industrial base that we have lost over the last 10 to 15 years. There's a new opportunity. If we, for example, do not clean up our transport and logistics systems, our cold storage systems, we get to a point where in 5 years' time we can no longer export fruit and veg products to our biggest markets in Europe because of the carbon border adjustment mechanisms where the Europeans are going to tax us if we want to bring non-renewable sourced product into their countries. The same thing happens. We have a great manufacturing base where we produce motor vehicles. Those vehicles are being largely exported. It's not enough that we're going to be producing electric vehicles. We've got to produce green electric vehicles, so we need green steel. So the number of opportunities that exist, and if we can start to get the momentum going, we really are very well positioned to actually make that happen.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged on to miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.